Can everyone hear me? Cool. Um, so I'm guessing my time has started. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you to the people that invited. And I'm here to talk to you guys about fiction. Not necessarily like literary fiction, but societal fiction, stories we tell ourselves. So as you guys all know, humans dominate the planet. If you look around, there are no other animals except humans. And there are lots of there are lots of reasons that like why we win, I guess, of all other species. But the primary reason is, wow, this time is going really fast. Anyway, it's fiction. Fiction lets us imagine things collectively, where we just imagine, like, oh man, I've had quite a few drinks because I'm going last, or second to last. Anyway, I'm gonna hop in and talk to you guys about money. Money is an imaginary thing. Money doesn't really exist. The reason we believe it exists is because everyone else around us believes it exists. So I'm gonna give away a Bitcoin. Who wants a Bitcoin? Raise your hands. I'm actually kidding. I'm not giving away a Bitcoin. The reason you guys want one is because you believe other people want it. Not because you believe Bitcoin has value, but you believe other people want it. So that's an example of fiction. Apple is an example of a fictional thing. Apple doesn't really exist. Steve Jobs had the idea a while ago. He's now passed, but Apple still exists. It's a fiction we believe. People believe it and are willing to design products for it, which we love and use, but Apple exists. Another fiction is America. If I don't believe America exists, other people who believe it exists will compel me to believe it exists. And if I fight them off, they'll get their friends who also believe it exists. So fictions are figments of our collective imagination, and if we stop believing in them, then they stop existing. I would have put a picture up here, I didn't think about it earlier, of Germany during World War II, stacks of money where they don't do anything. Anyway, man, this is so fast, wow. So what does this mean? Why am I talking about fiction? That's because fiction is going to it's just incredibly important. It really dictates the way we live our lives. It dictates the way we make our decisions. And an example of this is North Korea and South Korea. North Korea and South Korea are composed of Koreans, I'm sure you all know, and they live in a very similar place, right? The main difference, and there's a huge difference, comes from their fictions. North Korea, they believe that Kim Jong-il or Un is God King. He's this great guy. In South Korea, they're pretty similar to us, where we have a Western society, believe in money, capitalism, yada, yada, yada. I forgot my next slide, so I'm going to wait for it to come. So in our lifetimes, fictions will be more powerful than anything we've ever seen. Even like before I was born, there was a Cold War, right, where we could have destroyed the earth because people believed different things, like, oh, communism, oh, no, America, capitalism. We're gonna have like really, really amazing and powerful shit, like this Boston Dynamics robot. This is like now, so imagine like 20 years, right? This is like the iPhone, the first iPhone. So what's iPhone X look like? We're also gonna have genetic engineering where we can change ourselves, and not just really ourselves, but our children. And if you don't want to genetically modify your children, someone else will, and their children will beat yours. So you probably want to make sure your children can do well, right? I want my children to do well. I want them to be great people. However, what we decide and what we believe, it really, really affects what the future of humanity looks like. And those are all fictional things. Whether we want them to be tall, we want them to be smart, no, it's important that they be empathetic. Like whatever we believe, that really is gonna affect the next generation of humanity. So whether we want our kids to make a lot of money because we think money is real and really important, or we want them to build a border wall because that's important for some reason, or we want them to go bomb other people because we must protect our religion. Like, people believe in all these fictions, and I want to talk about this, so I'm gonna go ahead. Fictions let us have a complex society. They're not necessarily bad, but it's important not to get lost in the fictions and to focus on reality and the consequences of our decisions. I read this book, Sapiens. It's awesome. I highly recommend you guys read it if you're interested. It's recommended by Elon Musk, Barack Obama, Bill Gates, and also Samuel Gbafa. So check it out. Thank you very much. And